You're watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. Make sure you subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and push the like button for me.
Or else you'll be Hakai!
Not Beerus.
You know how this works. Make sure you enable all notifications on the channel and watch the entire video all the way through.
And don't forget to follow UnrealEntGaming on both Instagram and Twitter.
That's enough! On with the video.
So with our heroes now fighting for the sake of not only going as far as to protect their own timelines, but to also protect the timelines of other universes, the newly menacing Supreme Kai of Time Ios had now revealed herself to our heroes, in now going as far as to blur the lines and putting our heroes into situations that they've never would have expected to be in, as I do want to go ahead and welcome you all to my Super Dragon Ball Heroes Ultra God Mission Anime Episode number 3 review, to where not for nothing it's been a long time since Super Dragon Ball Heroes actually went as far as to put out a promotional anime episode, and this was, dare I say, a relatively decent episode. Now, for those of you out there that have been wondering as to who all of these mysterious warriors in black were that Ios was essentially using against our heroes, well, it turns out that everybody was right, and these warriors in black turned out to be none other than Piccolo, future Gohan, Bardock, and even I think Lags, which was honestly quite something because from the beginning, Ios said that she did not want the multiverse to kind of replicate and go on or multiply. So yeah, she made it clear from the very beginning that whoever ends up losing is going to be wiped out, and she essentially goes as far as to send off all of our heroes into different timelines and different dimensions, beginning of course with Gohan and Piccolo, to where what's interesting about this is we see Gohan and Piccolo back on planet Namek, except this time they're going to be going at it against King Cold, Frost, and Golden Frieza, and to top it all off, the warrior in black Piccolo is going to be there to face off against, well, essentially enough, Piccolo and Gohan, right? So meanwhile at that we have Yamcha, Vegeta, and Hit facing off against Lags in an entirely different timeline where they're going to be going after her, which then of course we go all the way back into another Future Trunks timeline to where Super Saiyan God Future Trunks is facing off against of course none other than Super Saiyan Future Gohan, which again doesn't really make any sense because even if Super Saiyan Gohan, the Dark Warrior known as Super Saiyan Future Gohan, is supposed to get some kind of a buff, it doesn't really add up in the fact that a Super Saiyan is able to rival that of a Super Saiyan God. But what's interesting about this is the moment Trunks found out that this indeed was Future Gohan, he was shocked. He was asking, but why? To where in hindsight, the moment Future Gohan had gone to recall these events, that's when he went on to basically tell Trunks that, hey, I was basically so weak in doing anything to make a difference in my timeline, and because I was weak and still alive, Lady Ios actually gave me the power using the Dark Dragon Balls in never becoming weak ever again, right? Which to that, he wants to go as far as to prove his strength, which is the only real meaning that he has right now. So I will admit this though, the aura that Future Gohan had the moment he had gone and powering up into a Super Saiyan was really cool, because it was more or less the Super Saiyan aura that was mixed in with kind of Cumber's evil red aura together, you know, which the fight sequence between Trunks and Gohan I would say was really cool because you can almost kind of feel the tension between the two, because Trunks really doesn't want to harm this guy. Trunks really doesn't have the desire to murder this individual, only because it is the exact individual that he remembers from the future timeline. But at the very end, it's like, what other choice does Trunks have? So he's left with no other option than to encounter Gohan in a beam struggle, to where by the end, Trunks of course did get the better of Gohan, which kind of leaves us off in finding out what's going to happen next. But the very end of the episode teased something so interesting that it didn't really amount to anything once it happened, but it's interesting how both Goku and Jiren were sent out to an entirely different timeline all by themselves, in which as Goku had gone as far as to use Ultra Instinct Omen right next to Jiren, they're going to be facing off against none other than Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. And the reason why Super Saiyan 3 Bardock could prove to be a menace here is because if you guys go all the way back during the events of Super Dragon Ball Heroes Victory Mission, and even during the events of Super Dragon Ball Heroes Dark Star Dragon Ball missions, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock was really powerful. So I'm only going to assume that Goku and Jiren Jiren are going to have their hands full against Bardock here, because not only is Bardock going to be getting a significant amp in this fight, which now only piques my curiosity to find out on whether or not Bardock is actually able to hold his own against Jiren and Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, to where realistically speaking, there really shouldn't be any other way for him to be able to do that. But I guess maybe if Ios is planning on making Bardock the strongest warrior in black among the crew, then I guess that kind of makes sense. But even then, what made the episode I think relatively decent was in fact the Trunks versus Gohan fight, because sadly enough we didn't get anything from Piccolo and Gohan versus Frieza, Frost, King Cold, and Evil Piccolo. We didn't get anything from Jiren and Goku versus Bardock, even though it kind of sets up the tone as to what is about to happen moving forward next. We already have the new cards for Orange Piccolo and Sun Gohan Beast. Yes, that is the official name from the new forms that we've seen go down in Dragon Ball Super Super Heroes, so one can only assume that maybe we might end up possibly seeing these forms during the events of one of these episodes, which I think would be really cool. But even to that, we're gonna have to wait and see, because I think that what this episode did well was it didn't go as far as to drag on the Warriors in Black anymore, because we've been kind of seeing that for quite some time. So we're kind of now in this position to say, okay, well, who are they? Are they Goku? Are they Bardock? Are they X, Y, and Z? To which we got our answers from, and I really enjoyed that, because finally we get to see now if whether or not our heroes now are going to be able to win against said characters, which when going back to the fight with Trunks and Gohan, there really shouldn't be any other reason for our heroes not to win against the Warriors in Black, which to that I think that Hit and Vegeta should be enough to be able to take lags down, and outside of Gohan and Piccolo on Namek, Jiren and Goku should realistically be able to take down Bardock with relative ease, unless of course they end up deciding to give Bardock yet either another amp or an entirely new transformation as that fight ends up ensuing, right? Which also kind of now begs the question as to what the heck happened to the Xeno characters, right? Xeno Goku, Xeno Vegeta, Xeno Trunks. What happened to Hearts and Cumber? What happened to all of the other individuals and warriors that were there? Because in this episode, everything just went by so quick that they had several months to put this together, which again goes as far as to show and prove kind of to me that the earlier arcs and the earlier storytelling aspects from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, such as the Universal Conflict arc and even the prison planet battles involving Cumber and our heroes, was much better, I would say, than anything we have right now, only because when we had those episodes go down in 2018, 2019, it felt as though the story was progressing and the fights involving our heroes was crazy. It was insane, it was fun, but here, it kind of feels a little different. It kind of feels a little dragged on, you know what I mean? It seems like we're kind of missing a lot of warriors, we're missing a lot of fights, and the action seems to be a lot slower now than, dare I say, anything we've seen before, which honestly really isn't good, and that's what allows for these arcs to kind of feel as though they suck, because the pacing and the action really doesn't feel the same as it did in the first couple of arcs of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. But even now, I am relatively interested to see what happens once the Warriors in Black are defeated, because we know that they will be defeated, but who's going to be the so-called final boss once, of course, Ios is left by herself, you know what I mean? So I think that there might be at least one other maybe warrior in black that we don't know of, or maybe a few. I think that it would have been relatively that much greater to see warriors in black such as an evil Jiren having the return of Goku Black to find out that he didn't die when he fought Gogeta, you know? Maybe even including like a different variation of maybe an evil Trunks, you know, stuff like that. So unless we end up getting that, then I believe that Ios might be the final villain slash boss of this entire thing, which is still kind of crazy to consider, because although she may seem powerful in her own right, she really isn't doing anything to showcase any sort of like impressive like feat that would prove to us that yeah, if she were to fight our heroes, that she would end up smashing all of them. Because remember, we also have the capabilities of the Xeno characters fusing again into Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Our heroes could end up fusing into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Gogeta, or maybe going as far as to push that into using Vegito. So it just doesn't look like the villains have a chance in this, but to that, it was a relatively decent episode. There wasn't much to it. It wasn't the worst out of the bunch, but it definitely wasn't the best either. So down in the comment section below, what I want to know from you guys is what you guys thought about the episode and essentially what you guys predict is going to happen next. And I guess more or less letting us know down below if you think that perhaps maybe Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is going to have any chance against JIREN and Omen Goku, which I don't think he will, but you'd probably be surprised as to how many people would say, yeah, he's going to smash them. So again, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so very much for your time to where if of course you guys enjoyed, then be sure to go on ahead and give this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, then head on over and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. That way you guys never miss a single video that is posted onto the channel, because yes, I have been away for a little bit. I've been working on some secret projects that I can't really show you guys right now, but I'm telling you, it's not going to be long now until I present some really cool stuff for you all that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. So again, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for your time, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, guys, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.